Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it?
What's good? So I think there's been quite a few people that wanted to see this unit at 100% potential. This is of course the Chiaomon unit as part of the Dragon Ball Fusion's unit. And we'll just cover the stats first and talk about the unit itself, but definitely one of the rarer units off of Dokkan Battle in the game. Let me just cover the stats and we'll talk about the card itself in a second. Again, this is the physical type Chiaomon unit. Leader skill is physical types HP and defense increase of 60%. Super attack causes mass damage to all enemies while sacrificing 20% HP. So even though he does attack all enemies, not only is the attack output not really there, but this full sacrifices 20% HP for every super attack. So that definitely does add up a lot. I mean, if you're looking at it from, let's say, 500,000 HP total, right? I mean, 20% of that is 100,000, so it adds up to a lot, just from one super attack. So just keep that in mind. Now the passive skill is plus 8 ki, an attack increase of 3,000 when HP is 50% or below, just for one time. So that's the passive only activates once throughout the whole battle. Now for the link, you're looking at Infighter, that's attack increase of 10%, enemy's defense minus 10%, courage is plus 1 ki, telekinesis is enemy's defense minus 10%, fuse fighter plus 2 ki, master and pupil is plus 1 ki, falls into one category, and that's which is the fusion category. So what you're seeing on this video is the Super Saiyan Gogeta lead, which is the fusion and movie heroes dual category lead. Now at 100% potential, this unit has HP levels of 14,327, attack is 12,253, and defense is 9,357. 12 Ki Multiplier is 130% for this unit. Again, 20% sacrifice for HP with every super attack will certainly add up, and you could quickly deplete your HP because of that. It's a hell of a gamble with this unit, and with additionals kicking in for another super attack, I mean, you are looking at 20% stacking every super attack. So, HP could definitely be depleted quite easily for this type of team, and inclusion of this unit, on whatever team you plan on using him. I think more or less people just wanted to see this unit at 100% potential just to see how he does. Again, the one benefit this unit does have, I don't know how much of an impact this really makes, but Chiaomon does have the ability to cause mass damage to all enemies. I mean, the only compromise with that is that 20% sacrifice to HP. Again, that is a pretty hefty amount. I mean, it'd be one thing to have, 7%, 10%, or even 12%, sacrifice to HP for every super attack, but 20% can easily add up to a lot. A lot of liability at stake, and, again, this fool does not really provide much benefit in terms of inclusion on a team. I think more or less this is one of those, again, collectors type items and cards that people always, I don't know, were curious about it at 100% potential. So here we are with that. So hopefully you're enjoying the content for the sake of that. I mean, it's just pure entertainment value at this point. Again, this unit is included on the movie heroes / fusion team setup, so you will see the unit linked up with units like LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and also the Pandel unit, which does provide an attack boost of 30% for allies. So in terms of the potential level itself, given that it is a required level of 5 for additionals, I think your best bet is just to go crits or evasion, or a combination of both for the rest of the levels. I mean, you could easily get another super attack at the same time, even on the best settings. This unit really isn't going to do much damage. I think it's about 430, 450k tops, and then that's with the critical. So, you could certainly see some value, I guess, with an additional attack, but again, if he does an additional super attack, you're looking at another 20% HP sacrifice. So you do the math on that, it could quickly deplete your HP. You know what I'm saying? So that's one major drawback about this unit. However, Chiaotzu is known to sacrifice himself for the greater good, and overall taking an L for the team, basically. So it does kind of make sense as to why, you know, this kind of built-in, you know, compromise to the unit itself is included. I mean, it makes perfect sense as to why, but you know, it definitely does make things interesting. Now, I mean, the value that this unit could certainly provide in situations are like, you know, if you have a team with units that do require a certain level of HP being below a certain percentage to really get the benefit out of the passive skill or whatever the case is, or, you know, maybe you have some units with, you know, big bad bosses that need HP less than 80% to in order to activate that specific skill. You know, that could make things a little bit easier. However, the unit itself really doesn't provide much benefit to the overall team outside of that. So I don't really see much value in including this unit on any team right now in Dokkan Battle, honestly. I think more or less, again, this is really just one of those collector's items type cards in the game, you know what I mean? So I think more or less that's probably why people wanted to see this at max potential and see how this unit does, you know, damage-wise, defense-wise, you know, whatnot. In terms of defensive capabilities, I mean, you are looking at a cap of 9,357, so defense isn't terrible, but it's not great either. I mean, it's definitely on the bad side. This unit can certainly be hit for, you know, a lot of damage depending on the types of enemies that he's facing, but yeah, I mean, it's really one of those, you know, people were just curious about how he was at 100%, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So, you know, hopefully you're taking everything in this video as face value and just you know, enjoying it for the entertainment value, really. You know, so that's really the point of it. But again, you know, the passive skill only activates once. I mean, you're looking at plus 8 key and attack increase of flat rate of 3,000 when HP is 50% or below. I mean, that's a one-time activation, and then on top of that, you know, even though he does cause mass damage to all enemies, you're looking at a sacrifice of 20% of HP. So, you know, certainly a liability. The other thing besides that is the only relevant link skill you really see throughout is maybe Infighter and Courage. I mean, that's probably about it. Well, Fuse Fighter on a fusion type team orientation, that would work, but you know, Master and Pupil, I mean, I don't even know what units in particular have that link skill, and Telekinesis is here and there. I mean, certain units do have that, but it's not as common. So, you know, I mean, the max level for this unit is 100, so maybe at some point this unit will get a Dokkan Awaken, maybe with the rebirth itself, or Dokkan Awaken we'll call it. Maybe there'll be some improvements to the passive skill where it's not just a one-time activation. Maybe they'll lower the 20% HP sacrifice to maybe a lesser amount. You know, things like that. Maybe update the link skills a little bit too. I mean, if they do that, then things could certainly be a little bit better for this unit per se. But you know, at the same time, it's really hard to say if anybody even uses this unit on a regular basis. I highly doubt it. Again, I think it really just comes down to just adding another unit to the collection. You know, I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. Like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So, I mean, if you use this unit for specific circumstances or events or whatever the case is, definitely let me know. I think more or less most people just wanted to, you know, just simply see how this unit was at max potential, and that's pretty much the extent of it. That's my guess anyway. I mean, overall, I mean, if he does have type advantage, defense-wise, he does pretty decent. I think with the, what was the other thing? You know, offense-wise, I mean, you know, it can range anywhere from, as you saw, 260k, anywhere up to like 400, 430k in damage with the criticals. Again, the only real thing you have to worry about is, you know, additional supers. You're looking at about, you know, 20% stacking in terms of sacrificing HP each super attack, so certainly a liability there. But the other thing too is criticals isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it doesn't matter what is, you know, the 20% sacrifice to HP is not dependent on the damage output itself. It's merely every super attack that's going to happen regardless. So, you know, again, criticals and evasions, probably the right way to go about it with this unit. I would definitely tend to stray away from potential levels toward additional attack. I think that's probably the right approach in that one. But you know, that's my opinion. And that's the thing about opinions. I mean, it's like assholes. You know, everybody has one. So you know, that's the beauty of potential, the potential system itself too. I mean, you could really customize and arrange however the hell way you want, really. So nobody can tell you what's right and what's wrong. But I mean, in a way, yeah, you can. But at the same time, you have every right to do whatever the hell you want. So that's pretty much the take on that. But again, like I said, this is simply just a showcase of the 100% potential super physical type Chiaomon unit, which is a Dragon Ball Fusions unit. It's in the general pool now, so it'll be more common than it was before. So, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I do appreciate you watching, and certainly stay tuned for the next one. All right, peace out.